Hello, how can I prepare and organize my recording process to stay consistent with daily video production? We are going to approach these in multiple ways. So, first one, let's talk about getting ourselves ready. So, you have to find how you can get yourself ready quickly to record. The one way I like to do that is just trying to be camera ready all day long. So, and I like to, in the morning I shower, and then I'll just get ready. So, for instance, this morning I shower, I comb my hair, I put olive oil on my face, put sugar on my lip, put my earring on, and just put my clothes on and read the Bible, and then I came to set my place here to start recording. So you just have to find what works for you. I don't use makeup. I used makeup in the past, and when I have my youngest one, I have 3 kids. My youngest one, when I have it, I think I experienced overwhelm or burnout. I'm not entirely sure. I just noticed that with him, it took me a while to recover from that birth. But again, that was just the way I viewed it back then. Because when I have him, I started as I was working where I'm working now. I was working there before he was born, and you have 6 week maternity leave to take. Is a mandatory things, and I said that I'm not going to take that 6 week. I'm going to break it down and do half day. That way I can stretch it to make it 12 week. So, and with my husband, we have a working schedule that if somebody is at work, the other person is with the kids. So therefore, I know he's going to be with the kid while I'm working, and when I'm back, he's going to go to work. So for that reason, I didn't need that 6 week. Usually to put kids at daycare, they have to be at least 6 weeks old before daycare can take them, at least where we live. So, and it's mandatory for the mother to take 6 week maternity leave, and you use your vacation in combination with it to make a paid maternity leave. And I said I'm not going to take it. So the director of our department told me to check with HR to see if that's even a possibility. I checked it with HR, and HR said that, well, if the doctor gave me a written consent, that would be okay. So after birth, I brought that up with my doctor as well, and he said that he asked if I don't leave things at work, and I said no. So he put that condition not to lift things above a certain number of pounds, and it was okay for me to go back to work. And yeah, so and then I just work it out with HR that I will do half day. That way, because I just said like 6 weeks is not enough time. One second, I didn't really want to put my workload on anyone else at work. There is my supervisor that will fill in as a backup. When I work half day, he can take over, for the other half for me, for things that will be emergency. That when I come back, I can do the rest. I work in finance. I'm a budget analyst, and in my line of work, it's like our cycle is like 1 year. So there are things we do that we do a one time a year. And for my kids being born, I just feel like there are things that we are going to do during that 6 weeks time frame that if I'm not at work, I will miss that window. Does that make sense? So, and I just like to be, I don't know, they are my work, I wanted to do it, not giving it to somebody else. So when we feel like that, and my supervisor is my backup plan for the afternoon that I'm off. So I decided to work in the morning. Another reason why I did it like that is with my kid, he might sleep during the day. By the time he's waking up, it'll be time for me to come home. So I breastfed all three of them. And so at work, I will pump the milk, and then at home I will put in the freezer, and my husband will I will put some in the fridge, and he'll just use it to put in the bottle and feed the baby during the day until I'm back. So that was a strategy, and I did it. And even halfway through it, at some point I just said like it was very long. So therefore I decided to end it without doing the 12 weeks. But then HR said that no, I have to do the 12 weeks. So there are some days that depend on if there is some work that require getting done, I will stay there and do full day. And my supervisor, no, the director of our department discussed it with HR, and HR advised that if I do that, I need to take another day off for it. So it was mandatory that I followed that and did that 6 weeks the way it is. So I don't know, HR knows excuse me, their rules. But that's that. And I was able to be on top of my work, and I was able to do my 8 hours work in 4 and get it done. No staying in the hallway talking with coworkers or anything like that, and I just got my work done. Busy, extremely busy, but I got it done. And during the afternoon, if there is somebody asking something and I'm not around, my supervisor can step in and help that person if it is a rush. But what I noticed though, that it took me years. I don't know if it's because of the age or because of I went straight back. My son was born at the end of the year. With holidays at the end of the year, it gave me about a week window that I didn't work, because he was born right at the end of the year, and then there were some holidays there, and I think I requested a day or two off, and I made it a week that I didn't after birth, because you had to stay at the hospital for 3 days or so, 2-3 days. So it all fell into holidays, and then my kids, the other 2 guests, got sick with influenza, and I think the baby got it as well at some point. So I had to take a few days off to take them to the hospital and all those. But after that 1 week, I went straight back to work, and I started that maternity leave doing a half day. But what I noticed is it took me years to recover from that birth. That's how I felt, because I felt weak for a long period of time. And the reason why I'm bringing it up is, to put it in context. So it took me a few years to recover, to get my strength back. I sold to sell on Etsy, and I have our own blog, but I stopped doing those. If somebody bought something on Etsy, I repackage it and send it, but I didn't publish blog articles for a year or 2, 3 years before I went back in it. So it took me a while to find my energy back, dealing with 2 kids and an infant. So I just noticed that it took me some years to get my energy back. So during that time frame, I felt like overwhelmed, and I even decided to cut my hair, because I used to relax my hair with chemicals to make it straight, and I will stop when I'm expecting, and then I will start it again when I give birth. But I think after my second child, I decided that I'm not going to relax my hair again. I'll just go natural. So natural hair is a little bit complicated to comb. It takes a few minutes to comb it. So at that time, with my 3rd child, even a year after, it was when I started feeling overwhelmed, and I decided that maybe I will cut my hair down short. That way, that will save me some time. I won't have to deal with combing my hair on a daily basis. I'll put makeup on. I decided at that point that I'm not going to put makeup on. I didn't cut my hair down, but I decided that I'm not going to put makeup on because, again, getting the kids ready in the morning, shower them, the one that will go to school, the one that will stay home, shower them, and nurse the infant, change diaper and all those. Sometimes he'll burp and I will have to change my work clothes that I already have on before leaving. But I had to get all of those things done before I put makeup on and leave, and I just feel like it's a rush. So therefore, makeup has to go, and that's how makeup was left out of the equation when it comes to me getting ready in the morning. So again, having eczema type of skin and sensitive skin, it was a good thing too. Just let my skin breathe, and I put in paints on it. So makeup left. It saves me money too. I don't have to worry about makeup, but it requires, you have to feel good in your skin to leave your house without makeup for ladies. But me, I was okay with it. I'm not shy of showing my flaws, so I'm okay with it. So makeup go left. So what I do is just oil my face and my lip, and I'm good to go, and comb my hair. So that is how I dealt with that overwhelm. I'm not going to do makeup in the morning. I can just put my clothes on, and that's it. So even until now, I still don't use the makeup. I just let it be. So now, to get ready in the morning, even to put those clothes on, I did it in the dark because my husband was sleeping in the room and I didn't want to turn the light on. So I'm in the midst of changing my wardrobe. So most of my clothes, I purchased them when I have my first child or by the time I have my second one. So I have my clothes before, well before I have my third one. And during 2020, working from home, I gained weight. So most of my clothes couldn't fit me when we went back to work 3 years or 2 years later. At the same time, my two first kids, they were tall enough to fit for my clothes, for some of my work clothes to fit them. So I gave it to them. My containers are almost empty, and I like to put my clothes in totes. So I have two, one for summer, one for the rest of the year, like dresses and pants and all those. So, and now, because I start sewing for the kids, I'm learning to sew for them and sewing for myself instead of buying clothes. Because technically, if you purchase clothes before having kids, after you have kids, you may not go back to your original weight. So you'll have to change your wardrobe again. And I purchased those clothes with an idea that when I find a job, I'll have a work attire for it. So I was not even working when I was buying those clothes. So now, after having all of them, I gained weight. Those clothes couldn't fit me anymore. But yes, I wore those clothes for the time that I was working. So now that they are out of my container, I have to replace them, and I decided to sew my own clothes. But for the time being, I'm sewing for the kids, and I'm sewing for myself as well. So, and the way I'm doing it, I'm picking the fabric in a way that, one top can go with multiple pants, and one pants can go with multiple top. So having that in mind, and I'm trying to see when I sew something, how does that look on me as well. For instance, I noticed that this brown looks good on me, so therefore I will wanted to get fabrics of this color for my tops. I'm not sewing cardigan yet, but I'm sewing tank top, cami, and pants. And my pants fit me better than the one that I purchased from the store. So it makes it easy for me when my things are in the totes, even in the dark, wherever I reach, I fold my things and I have them. I know that one part will be top, one part will be pants. Whatever I reach will be good enough for me to put on. And then I have a container for socks and scrunchies. When I put my hand in it, before I go in the bathroom, I'll grab a scrunchie. Wherever my hand touch, I'll just grab it. Just to tell you that I'm building my wardrobe with intention behind it. For things to, for the color to combine, to have a good combination between the colors, so that I can pair things like that without having too many clothes in my wardrobe. And within a week or two, I can empty my container of clothes and do my laundry. That makes sense. By a week or 2 weeks, my clothes will be empty because I'll wear everything in it, and then I'll wash them. And things that I'm not wearing, then I know that maybe that things should not be there if it's meant to be worn. For instance, I might have things that I'll work in the garden, or I'll walk outside because it's when it's cold I can wear outside. It's different, but that's what I'm doing it, so that I won't have, in the past I would have clothes for home, clothes for work, clothes for church. This I'm sewing my own clothes. I'm just trying to have it one all across. That way I can be camera ready all day long. So have my wardrobe in a way that I can wear those clothes at home as well. Because I'm recording, I have a business at home, I'm recording, and I can go to the office and I can work from home, because I work from home sometimes and then I go to the office sometimes as well. Just be ready. So when I shower in the morning, I put my clothes on, I'm ready in the morning, I'm ready for the day. So that is an example of how I'm getting myself ready. Being ready for the whole day, you know that each time you pick your camera to start recording, you are ready for it. So now, a workstation. If you have a dedicated place, it can save you some time. I don't. I just know where I'm going to record. I'm going to record here in my office, or I'm going to record in one of our rooms. So if I show an example of my setting here, is, in the room, I know that I'm going to put my computer in a computer box. By the way, that flat surface, I use it at all time, is a cutting board. So when I was changing things and I wanted to use a plastic cutting board, because the cut in it, raw meat can get stuck between it. When I took it out of the kitchen and replaced it with a glass one, I thought I kept it in a pantry for years, until I saw recently, maybe 2 years ago, I noticed that that would be a very good support for my laptops, and that's what I've been using. So I have my computer, I have a flash drive there, although I'm not using it, but I have my mic. Pretty much those are accessories that I will have to put there. And I have this lamp that is there, and that is just the pretty much one lamp that I will use. Sometimes I use this one as well that I have here, but I have not been using it because I feel like the brightness is good enough. So I don't need this lamp, which is just a stand-up lamp, and this is like a desk lamp, and those are just the two. I don't want the lamp that people, content creator, use that has that cover. I just feel like it will occupy space, and I don't want that in my office or in any one of the rooms, at least for the time being. So when I'm doing that in that room, I have the setup. When I'm done, I can just put it there, and I can just move it from there and use it. And that is pretty much, I had to set it up. The computer is here. I had to take that out of the box. When I'm done, I'll put it back in the box. I have extension, I have a keyboard that I will use with the mouse. That way I won't be too close to the computer, and that is pretty much what I'm using right now too. That way I won't be too close to the computer trying to use the keyboard. And that is pretty much what my setup is. You might want to simplify it. When I'm in the office, like the way I'm in the office right now, the principle is about the same. So that is where I am right now. It's not I have a lot of things in the office, but pretty much, I'll have my computer. I'll bring the computer with that cutting board. I'll bring the computer. I'll bring all the accessories as well, and I have a lamp there the one that I use in the room, I'll bring it, and I have some totes there that I just put it on, because in the office we have fabrics and we have products in those totes. I will just put the lamp on it and bring it close to the table. It's at the table level, and this lamp came from the room, and I have one there. I'll just bring this extension cord. Usually I kept it between the printers. I'll just move it to the table so that I can connect things to it, and then I'm just ready to start recording. That is pretty much my process. And when I'm done, I'll just turn that extension cord off and unplug those things, take the computer and the cutting board to the living room, and I can just be there and publish. So, and I'll just pull those things away. I'll take this to the living room where I will work and publish, and this one I'll put back in the box as well. So that is pretty much what my setup is. This area could be set to be ready for recording if I want to, but I like to clean up the table when I'm done and have the table empty when I come next to work here. But that is my choice. If you want a table, an area that is just ready for you to record, and you want to leave certain things there, is up to you. I just like to put things away, and I don't like clutter, so I like to put things away and have that empty space to work with. I like emptiness than fullness. So the office has a lot of things in it that over time I will organize better, but for the time being, that table I like to keep it clean, empty. So, and that is my setup. Those two setup that I use, you have to find yours to see what works for you. So now, what part of the day to record your video? Again, you have to find what works for you. Some people are early risers, some people are late. I don't know how to put it, but they are night timers. So you have to, I will consider myself as night timer, but when it comes to my kid and my business, I decided to be early riser, because going to school, I was both. I'll go to bed late, then I'll wake up early. I'll go to bed late by choice. I'll wake up early by obligation because I had to go to school. Even before I have kids, I will do the same thing because I'll go to church in the morning. So I don't stay in bed. Even if I go to bed at 1 in the morning, I'll wake up around 5. That's what I did for years. Until I have kids, they start school, and I notice that if I don't go to bed, they don't go to bed. So little by little, I was bringing it down for them to go to bed at 8, later at 7. This year we are doing 8, but I'll get them ready. At 7, they'll go to bed to read, do homework, and then at 8, they'll turn the light off and go to bed. So that's what we are doing, and I'm following about the same schedule as well. So I like to go to bed early. That way I can wake up early. The goal is to wake up around 2. I don't respect that every time. So to wake up around 2, showered, get ready by 3 or at least by 4 to start working for my business. That way I can spend 2 hours work for the business, from 4 to 6. And at 5, my oldest one, 5:30, my oldest one will shower. 5:30, my second one will shower, although she does not do that. But I know that by 6, I need to stop working so that I can shower my youngest one. And if the middle child didn't shower before that, then she'll shower after I shower the youngest one. The other 2 can shower. That is the thing. When you have kids, as they are growing, you can delegate some tasks to them to free some time. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm here. One is showering, so we have water running. My youngest one, on the weekend, I let him shower by himself, but during the weekday, I shower him. So I like to shower him at 6. From there, I will go around 6:30 or so. I will prep their lunch, their school lunch. I'll serve them breakfast, and then I'll prep their school lunch for them to take to school lunch and lunches, and then I'm done. So 6 is to take care of the kids, and then at 7, if I'm not going to the office, 7 to 7:30, I can work on the business again. And 7:30, I can start working, because I start working for my employer from 7:30 to 4. And working from home, that's 30 minutes, 7 to 7:30, that I don't have to commute. I can work, or I can take the bus if I'm going to work, but that's 30 minutes that I don't have to commute, that I can allocate to my business. When I'm working from home, a lot of time I work past 4. If I'm in the middle of completing a task and I'm not done and I wanted to finish it, I'll work past 4. So that's one way my employees benefit from it as well. But when I go to the office, I'm going to take the bus. So therefore, at 4, I put my things away so that I can go to the bus stop on time. But that's that. So you have to find a part of the day that works for you. I noticed that with me, early in the morning is where I'm fresh. I'm the most fresh, mind-wise, to focus on my business. And I like to do that when the kids are still sleeping, because they'll start waking up around 5:30 or so. Therefore, earlier before then, that's when I like to get recording down. Although I can record all the way, like today is a Sunday, I'm still recording past 7. They are all awake, doing their own schedule, but they are awake. But sometimes they can nudge you, and those could be in the background of my video. So I notice that while they are sleeping, it's quiet in the house for me to do my recording. Therefore, and after shower, I'm fresh, and I can work. By the end of the day, after working for my business, working for my employer, cooking in the evening and clean the house, I'm exhausted. So therefore, evening is not the time for me to do recording. I'm low in energy. I'm an introvert, and I don't know if it's related, but that is what I noticed about myself. Give the part of the day I'm fresh, mind-wise, to my business. Then my kid, then my employer, and then my house, and that'll be toward the end of the day. That is what works for me. You have to find, with all your obligations, what part of the day is best suited for you to do your recording. For me to be able to wake up early, I know that I need to go to bed early. And as an adult, if you tend to stay late at night, that's something you have to discipline yourself with. Say, no, I need to go to bed to be able to wake up early. If early is when you want to do your recording, you have to go to bed early. Going to bed around 7 or 8, and all the way to 2. You have to see, it's now really 8 hours, but maybe 7 hours or so. I'm not entirely sure, but that is my schedule. If we come here, and then I have the time log that I will log in, we can just see some examples. Okay, so I copied this. Excuse me. I copied this, but I didn't put the date. I tend to have the template here that I will copy and paste. But it'll just tell you when I start working. And this morning I start at 4:30. So when I came here, I set up things. There is another video that I'm thinking about making, swing trading earnings. Therefore, I took sometimes I think it took me about an hour of 2 or so to update my swing trading spreadsheet log things in, so that it's really for that video if I decided to do that video. So that took me a while to get that done, and so I did it for the recording in case I'll do the recording. So I just put this time frame here to work with, but I'm still recording. So clearly this hour is not going to be respected, but I'm okay with it. But just to tell you, the time starts, I'm ready to start working. It can, is that. So, and that means I woke up before that and shower and got ready, and that's when I start. And this one, it was then, and so forth. And this one was midnight, because I was pretty much walk all the way through. But the things that I didn't record video back then, it could be a day that I didn't work. And sometimes when there are sometimes like that I don't feel tired, or I'm doing something and I wanted to get it done, and it might be those when I was working on 2026 plan for recording, and I just ply through it and work way through it. So, and when I was done with it, I went and shower and went and sleep, woke up and did my recording. But it's not a habit. Habit is to go to bed early, to be able to wake up early and start my day, and I tend to follow that 7 days a week when necessary. Or sometimes I might fall off of that wagon, but you just have to see what works for you. Let's get out of that and discipline yourself to follow your own schedule. So find the time for your content production. Find time or make time for it. You might have multiple different obligations in your household. It could be your job that you have to work long hours. Excuse me. It could be maybe you are caring for your children or aging parents, or your household, or a combination of those. Make a time. If you wanted to have a YouTube channel and record video on a regular basis, make a time for it. For instance, yesterday I didn't want to record because I didn't feel well. Kids usually when they start school in fall, they come home with flu or cold. So some of them got sick, and once they get sick, they just pass it along. Now that they are feeling better, my husband and I recorded. So yesterday I didn't feel well at all, and I didn't want to record. So I thought, do I have some recording that I can publish? And yes, it's good to have some recording that you can publish for days that you won't be able to honor your goals, honor your them. So it's so that you can still publish. So I do have a backlog of videos that I could publish yesterday, but then I said to myself, you know what, I'm going to record. Yeah, I'll record. The good news is 15 minutes for recording time that I said, I was able to respect that. One video was 17 minutes, one was 16 minutes, one was 18 minutes. So because I didn't feel well, we saw through. I didn't want to talk too much. I was straight to the point. A lot of time when I'm doing my recording that I want to do within 15 minutes, it can be 30 minutes, 20 minutes or so, and I like it when it is less than 15 minutes. So today, I think I went over, even for this one that we are talking. I don't know how long this one has been going, but this one was 13 minutes. That's good. This one is 26 minutes. That is not good. So this one that we are recording right now, I don't know how long we are in already. 34 minutes in already. So yeah, and you just have to make time for your content production. So I was able to record yesterday, and I'm glad I did it. And the reason why I say I'm glad I did it is yesterday it snowed a lot, and when it snowed, I could let my husband shovel. because that's what he does often. But I said to myself, he's not feeling well. And when he's not feeling well, he's more of those people that when he's not feeling well, he just go lay down. He likes to sleep it off. Me, when I'm not feeling well, I apply through it. So I call my oldest one and I said to come, we are going to shower. So after I was done recording, we went outside and we shower. Around 4 p.m., we have a good amount of snow again. I called her to come, we can shower again. And we did it. And I took this picture this morning. So we have a good amount of snow on the floor. Even though I was not feeling well and I didn't want to record a video, I went outside and showered anyway. When I got out of the bedroom and saw the good amount of snow on the floor, on the ground. So clean up the driveway all the way to the, to the entrance of the road, because when the city plow the road, they tend to pile up those snow driveways. So we went and did that twice yesterday. We still have snow on the floor. I think there is like snowstorm or something that we are having. So it snowed pretty much all day long yesterday. And I think the first time that we did it could be 6 inches. The second one, a little bit less than that. And this one on the floor, I won't be surprised if they say we have 12 inches snow. So that was our first snow of the year. Yeah, and I went and I shovel. So just to tell you that, obligations around the house, you'll fulfill them. You just have to make a content production one of your obligations as well, so that you can make time for it. If 15-minute video recording time is too much, break down your content. Again, this idea might be for educational. Break down your content even in smaller bites, so that if that's 5 minutes you have, you can do your recording within 5 minutes. Record and publish. No editing involved, and get it done. So, and see times during the day that if you were not able to do in the morning, what else times during the day that you'll be able to do it. And just, yeah, if you want to be more consistent at recording and publishing next year, 2026, make time for it. Just like the way you make time for everything else in your life, make times for it. You might have to shift things around. For instance, while I'm here recording, my kids are showering. Even my youngest one showered. It's a weekend, I let him shower. For laundry, I'm teaching them how to do their own laundry. I made it simple. They just need to adjust the water for small, medium, or large, and they wash everything, all their school clothes. I'll put soap in the machine and I will call one of them to go do laundry. They'll put their clothes in the machine, adjust the water. They know they are going to wash it on cold, and they will wash it. If that's their bed sheet, I will tell them to wash it on hot. Other than that, they are doing their own laundries. Even the youngest one, I'll put soap in the machine and I'll ask him to bring his clothes down. We did it together for a while, but the past few times, I let him put his clothes in the machine, especially when I'm waiting, he's not down for me to help him put it in the machine. I just let him do it. And as for the other two, when the machine is done, they'll go take and put it in the dryer and dry it. We made it simple. I set it up. They just press 2 buttons to start the machine and to start the drying process. And that's it. For the youngest one, I gave him the instruction a few days ago to see if he'll be able to do it himself, and he did it. But yesterday when I did his laundry, I emptied the machine to the dryer and I dry it for him. And when it's done, I put it in a container and took it to his bedroom. So that's what I do for him usually. And all of them put their clothes away. I don't fold somebody's clothes. They can fold their clothes or they may not fold it. They have containers where they put their clothes in. So some of them will just dump it in the container. Some of them will fold it. They have containers for socks and they have containers for clothes. But my son will just dump everything in one container, and usually they hang their jackets, their sweaters. Yesterday he was just tossing them in the closet instead of hanging them. Whatever works for him. to put the laundry away. So by delegating those things you know they can do to them as they are growing will free some time for you. Another example is when they eat lunch, they clean up the table where they eat. The first two are the ones that are assigned. One clean dinner time, one clean lunch time. Or during the school, during the weekday, the lunchtime, one clean up for breakfast, and the evening, the one that has the evening clean up dinner time. They clean up and everybody wash their own dishes when they are done. I don't like to use dishwasher. I'll unplug it. So I cut the line between the two and the sink so that they can just hand wash things. So what I'm doing now is I'll put a container in the sink because we have two sinks. I'll put soapy water there and a sponge in it, a towel on the counter. That way everybody will wash their own dishes, rinse it, wipe it, and put it away. The youngest one, sometimes he may not wash certain things well. When I find it, I might rewash it or I'll tell him to go wash it. But pretty much delegating things to them free sometimes. When I'm cooking dinner, I want the oldest two to be in the kitchen with me, to cook with me, so that they can learn to cook. So that over time, they can take turn to make dinners as well, because they need to learn those things before they move out of my house. Know the different, how to clean up the house, how to cook, and things like that. I'll tell them, yeah, well, when they graduate from college, from high school, they will stay home to go to college here in the town here, because we have college here. And they will stay home because they might graduate from high school, but I had to graduate them from my house. And for them to graduate from my house, they had to know how to clean up a house, bathroom, kitchen, everything. They had to know how to cook their own food. So, and when you think it's the right time to introduce something, that's what you do. I'm not teaching, I'm not making them practice how to clean up the bathroom yet. Time to time, I might ask them to stay at the entrance and see me how I'm cleaning. But a lot of the time when I'm cleaning the tub is when I'm showering. For instance, I clean up the tub this morning and then I shower. So I do those things early in the morning because I will get wet when I'm in the tub, clean up the tub and the wall. So therefore, I like to do that before I shower. When it comes to the toilet, I like to clean up that in the morning. But now I'm trying not to do too much in the morning so that I can have time for my business. So when I'm showering my son, he's in the bathroom, I shower him, I can just let the water run on him while he's in the tub, and I can just use that time to clean up the toilet or clean up the sink. And I can just pick one of the two, do one day and do the next day or type of things. That way I can spread those work throughout the week and still do them, but not spend too much time doing one, if that makes sense. So you have to organize those things you do around your house so that you can make time for your business. And I don't like to call those things chores. I like to call them work. I don't get paid to clean up my house, but still it is a work. Some people get paid for it and for doing it for others. So it is a work. I don't call it a chore. It is a work. And I like doing it, and I'm teaching the kids as well, so that, you know, there are things they can do. I like to clean up the house, dust the house during the day, in the evening, and little by little I'm teaching them that they can do the bedroom and take turn into the bedrooms. But a lot of time I'll do that as well. But time to times, if I don't feel like doing it, I might call one of them and say, go clean up the bedrooms. And that is a time for people to put things away. If they didn't organize things, I'll call them to go put their things away so that we can clean up the bedrooms. But you just have to find things that you need to do around your house and do them, spread them out if you need be, and find the time for your recording. So that is pretty much based on my example how I'm doing it. You just have to find how you'll be able to adjust your schedule so that you can carve a little time for your YouTube channel to be able to dedicate time for it. So thank you so much for your time. We thank you very much for your comments, and thank you very much for watching our videos. Thank you very much for subscribing to our channel. I'm Afiavi Liberman, producer of Liberman Consulting, L.L.C, YouTube channel, and the nasoap.com, our blog. On our channel and on our blog, we share different ways to save money and different ways to make money to reach your financial independence, where you do not depend on an employer to provide for your family. And having your own YouTube channel is one way over time you can generate a stream of income from it, even now more than just one stream. Thank you. For more of our YouTube content strategy, will you please check the playlist in the description of this video. And this video is brought to you by our online store, Liberman.com. We have a tote bag listed. Will you please check it out if you are in the market for tote bags? Thank you for your time.